still no sign of Susan Powell, but we are hearing disturbing new information from some of her friends.
Apparently, about a year and a half ago, Susan wrote a note.
She wrote saying if she ended up dead, it wouldn't be suicide. A neighbor told us that Susan had a deadline. If their marriage didn't turn around by their anniversary, which is this spring, she would divorce her husband.
And you think he might have done this intentionally? Yes.
It's a moment of crisis, one she tried to prevent moments earlier in another call to 911 after dropping off Josh Powell's 2 sons for a supervised visit.
Something really weird has happened. The kids went into the house and the parent will not let me in the door.
He grabbed the kids, locked her out of the house, and immediately the house went up in flames.
Instantly, a flood of calls from neighbors.
Fire, there's a house on fire explosion. The house just blew up and it's on fire.
I am not able to live without my sons. I'm sorry to everyone I've hurt.
Braden drew a picture of a van with 3 people inside and then told daycare workers that Mommy was in the trunk. Police would interview Josh.
Spoke with some of our other detectives, and you're going to have to wait here with us. You're not going to go anywhere. One of our detectives just interviewed your children, and your children are telling our detectives that Mom went with you guys last night, and that she didn't come back.
She did not go with us.
Okay, well, with that, just getting that information, you're not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to let you leave. I'm going to detain you. You sit right here. If you want a lawyer and you want to talk, or you want to change your mind and talk, or take a CBSA test, then we can do those things, but
Now with that in mind,
they know that she didn't go with us.
Well, here's the thing, kids are very honest. That's one thing I've learned in the years of doing this job. That when kids talk to us, we'll listen because they're honest. And they never lie, they don't make things up. So if they're saying they were with you, they were with you. Okay, I mean, she was with you. So I have to believe the kids. So now it's gonna be up to you if you wanna help us find her and help us get to the bottom of what really happened here. That's what we're here for, okay? We're gonna find out either way, with your help or without your help. I honestly don't need your help. I feel confident enough in my investigation and his investigation and everybody else involved. We have great detectives in this department that will find out what happened. We'll get to the bottom of this with your help or without your help. So I want to give you the opportunity to help us and tell us what really happened. Because you're the only one that knows.
Nothing that happened. She was not with us. And if my kids said that...
So your kids lie then? Do your kids lie?
Sometimes they do. I mean, if they said that she was with us, they know that's not true.
So if they
and if they said that she was with us, then I guess that would put her out at Pony Express.
Okay, and that's my concern.
He has said almost nothing in public for nearly a year, but now Josh Powell is speaking out. In an interview with the Salt Lake Tribune, Powell calls his missing wife extremely unstable.
He believes that the police have mishandled this investigation by focusing on him.
Powell is holding firm to his story, maintaining that the night his wife went missing, he took his 2 young boys out camping in the dead of night during a blizzard.
He is stuck to the story that she ran away and that he didn't do anything with her.
Powell remains the only person of interest in the case, although he hasn't been charged.
He believes that she can return and that she might return any time.
Powell has done little to help find his wife. Instead, within weeks, he moved his children out of the family home and out of state.
And surprising new accusations from Stephen Powell, Josh's father.
He claims Susan ran off with another man, saying, quote, she's very sexually motivated.
Susan was very emotionally abused as a child. Her mother has she has a very angry personality. Her father is very manipulative.
Josh Powell claims that at times Susan was unstable, had even contemplated suicide at different points in her life.
She has walked out the front door in her underwear and started walking down the street. And at the time when all this stuff was happening, it was mortifying to me. I tried to protect her from doing things that I thought might embarrass her or our family in that respect, you know.
Josh says he thinks Susan may still be alive and wonders if she left him and their 2 young children for another man, a claim police will not substantiate.
Has she ever been unfaithful to you?
Never that I know of.
Then why do you think that she would just run off with another man?
She's a very sexual person.
Josh Powell's father, Stephen Powell, then goes on to make the bizarre claim that he's had a sexual relationship with his daughter-in-law.
Susan was very, very sexual with me. She was very flirtatious. I mean, I'm her father-in-law, and she would do a lot of things that I mean, she did it. I did. I mean, we interacted in a lot of sexual ways because Susan enjoys doing that.
Do you think a part of you started falling in love with Susan?
That's pretty likely, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say so. And there's no question in my mind that the feelings were mutual.
Police find hundreds of disturbing images on Josh's computer, including simulated child pornography, bestiality, incest. Wednesday, February 1st, 2012. A Washington state judge rules that 7-year-old Charlie and 5-year-old Braden will remain with Chuck and Judy Cox. The judge orders Josh Powell to get a psychological evaluation by a court-appointed examiner. It's found that Powell has narcissistic personality traits, shown by his inability to admit even small personal shortcomings or weaknesses. The examiner also finds that Powell has, quote, adequate, unquote, parenting skills, steady employment, and no criminal record. The examiner decides to recommend that Josh Powell has supervised visits with his sons several times a week. Sunday, February 5th, 2012. Josh Powell kills his 2 sons himself. After social worker Elizabeth Griffin arrives at Josh Powell's trailer with Charlie and Braden for a supervised visit, Powell slams the door on Griffin after his children were inside. Griffin called 911 and tried to get inside.
2 little boys in the house, and they're 5 and 7, and there's an adult man. He has supervised visitation, and he blew up the house and the kids.
Josh Powell reached out to friends and family in the hours before the explosion. He'd already donated his son's toys, taken thousands of dollars out of his bank account, and purchased gallons of gasoline.
2 little boys couldn't somehow be protected from their father. A man that so many people feared was a killer.
When Josh's father, Stephen, is told about the deaths while in jail, he appears unconcerned by the news and gets angry at those who notified him. 2 weeks later, Stephen Powell would invoke his Fifth Amendment right to not answer questions about Susan's case. Stephen was obsessed with Susan, and many think he knows what happened to her body. Tuesday, July 11th, 2017. Stephen Powell is released from prison. Monday, July 23rd, 2018. Stephen Powell dies in a Tacoma, Washington hospital. The sheriff's office was aware that Powell was in the hospital, but was told he was recovering. Where is Susan Powell? She's most likely not alive. Did Josh murder his wife? Did Stephen? We will continue to follow this story until we have answers.